You guys are going to be so happy you watched this video. This is a phenomenon that if you're not privy to, you can go your whole life and desire certain things and never get them because circumstances just keep pushing them away from you. And this was something that I uncovered quite some time back, but recently have been reading other authors who talk about the same phenomenon. And now I'm going to use new terminology that's going to really help bring awareness to what's going on here. So if you're like me, you are an intense person. You're a spiritual person. You have many gifts that the Lord has blessed you with. You are grateful, you're thankful, you have pure intentions, and yet things just keep going away from you. You try to enter into this thing and you keep getting pushed out, or you're overlooked for that job, or you're overlooked for that relationship, or you can't wait till this thing comes in the mail. You get super excited and then something happens just for the thing that you really wanted to come in the mail. For some reason it gets delivered to another address, or something happens where it just gets lost in the mail. So this is going to help explain this. And I myself have been studying this for quite some time, but I really think today is going to be your breakthrough, because this is what happened to me. The more I learn about this phenomenon, the more breakthroughs that I have. And so today is going to be your breakthrough. And now you're going to be so glad that you stayed and watched this video. And so just sit back, relax, enjoy this. So what's going on right now is you have a goal or goals in mind. And this goal is over here. You have a beautiful goal. This could be a relationship. It could be a physical object that you want to obtain, something big, or something small, something beautiful. And you have this goal, and what's going on right now is you've set the intent towards that goal. So you set the intent towards the goal, and the intent goes like that. Okay, in a perfect universe, you would get that goal every time. Okay? Every time you'd get it because your intent is pure. It's like if you want a glass of water, you walk over, you pour the water, you come back. There's nothing special about it. And that's a key word, is special. All right? However, because you are an intense person, because you have lots of sexual energy, you are just energetic in general, you're passionate, and you're excited about this thing, what happens is this. You start coiling up what's called excess potential. And so what this does is it creates like this riff. It creates a riff in the trajectory. And so this cannot really match up with that because you want it too bad. Have you ever wanted something really, really bad and years go by and you still don't get it? And yet things that you don't really care about just seemingly come into your life easily? Well, what's going on here is called excess potential. And I'm borrowing this phrase from the book Reality Transurfing, which is a very long book, and it describes this phenomena in detail about how when you have excess potential, a counterbalancing force will happen to create another straight line, because the universe in general does not like imbalance. And so what happens when you do this is a counterbalancing force comes in and disrupts this excess potential and will either do a few things. It'll either delay it so it can settle down, okay, it will disrupt it, or it will cut you off completely from it. Have you ever start driving and you're already a little bit late for that appointment, and then a big truck just comes out and like gets in your way and goes really slow? This happens to me all the time, and I don't really show up late anymore, but when I did, this happened all the time. So what's going on is your desire to get there creates this coiling phenomena in your potential. So the energy naturally just wants to flow right to the goal. You naturally want to flow right to it, but because you desire it so much, it creates this coiling effect, and the coiling effect is a lot of energy. And so this literally cannot match up on a quantum level because the two are not, they're a mismatch. And so what happens is these counterbalancing forces come out of nowhere and disrupt that. Okay? And essentially that's what it is. You could have been going on for years and years and years desiring something to happen in your life, and this phenomenon of excess potential is destroying your reception of that thing. Okay? This is one of the curses. If you are a very intense person, usually intense people are highly sexed, they are spiritual people, they take things seriously. Have you ever heard people say that you're too serious or that you're very serious? Maybe it's not in a derogatory way, but they just notice that you're very serious about things, which can be good. It can be applied to many different things that will help accelerate you. However, if you focus that energy on any one thing too much, it creates this rift in society. And so the object of these counterbalancing forces are to recreate a straight line, because the straight line is what nature likes. It likes balance. It doesn't like an imbalance. It doesn't like rifts. And so this is really the solution of all your problems if you have been having this problem. And the answer to it is this. It's to stop giving this importance. Stop giving the goal itself importance so that this straightens out. Okay? It's so crazy. I've noticed over the course of my life that the people who are like the most careless, carefree people, sometimes the dumbest people, get all the things in life. And yet the people who try the hardest, who really want things, sometimes people call this grasping for things. I don't like that term because I don't think people intend to be clingy or to grasp at things. I think it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating that you have these desires, you have these impulses, they're natural, but where it becomes a block is where you focus all that energy into that goal. And some people will even say, well, you're focused on not having it. I'm coming away from that whole philosophy, and at least for myself, I'm fully on board with this excess potential, because the excess potential could be with anything. It's not just maybe relationships. It's not just jobs. It's not just any one thing in your life. What it is, it's anything. It could be an object. It could even be like enlightenment itself, maybe a spiritual type of aspiration. But the whole general premise is that the more you want something, the bigger that rift is going to get. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you literally cannot align with it. And so what happens is this, instead of being a straight line, becomes very jagged like this, and then you don't even end up there. This goal runs away. It goes to somebody else who doesn't really care about it that much. They may have some interest, but that person who's nonchalant about it, they're the ones that get it. And yes, it does seem unfair. It does seem like a crazy law of the universe, but that is just what it is. It's kind of like what Jesus says about, don't worry about being fed. Don't worry about being clothed. See that the lilies of the field are clothed by God more than Solomon. And God does these things naturally. So it's that worry, it's that striving, it's that caring. If you can eliminate caring too much, if you can eliminate worrying about it or trying to control it or just anything, any overthinking on this thing, then you're going to flow properly to it. And hopefully this is answering all your questions, because I know for me, if I had known this 20 years ago, my life would be completely different. This is literally, I think for many people who are spiritual, you may be single and you may be in your 40s. You may have wanted that job and you never get hired. You really want it bad. And really the thing is, it seems like such an injustice. So this keeps the coiling, it keeps more and more. So it gets so big that you have all these counterbalancing forces coming against you from all directions. Just nothing works out. It's all because you care too much about it. It's all because it's that excess potential that literally cannot match up with it. And the universe responds to it on a quantum level. Yes, these are unseen forces, but you can replicate this. I remember for the last couple years, I've had things in the mail that I would like. They're the things that I check all the time. I go and where is it now? Is it almost here? Is it on? I'm constantly checking, constantly concerned about it. It's those things that are delayed. They take forever. And it's not to say this is going to happen every single time, because certainly there are other forces out there that can still override that. But usually when you do that, something goes wrong, or it finally gets there and you're disappointed. So don't give it too much concern. I know with relationships, sometimes if you put too much caring into a person, maybe you just met, you put too much worrying about what they think about you, you think about them too much. Those are the people that never text you, or those are the people that ignore you. Whatever it is, it's going to separate you. The counterbalancing force, they literally cannot match up with your level of caring. And that's what happens to a lot of people who are very spiritual. We care about others. We wonder why they don't care about us. It's almost like the less you care, the smoother life goes, which is the truth. So hope this brought some light to you. Feel free to comment. If you've noticed this has happened to you, then try this out. And when you do that, you'll be surprised. Things just start flowing properly. Now, if you have all this energy, this is my 2 cents, try to do actions that don't have to do with this, like exercise, like work on other things, anything to take your mind off of this and stop giving it so much importance. Do that instead. I think men in general are more intense, but ladies are too. Some of the ladies are very intense, they're very spiritual as well, so it can absolutely happen to the ladies. I know my last relationship, I by nature am very intense. I met another person who is very intense too. So it can happen where you happen to meet another person who's just as intense. That can happen. But I'll tell you, this will push more things away from you than you can imagine. And the people that just seemingly don't care get it all. So take this to heart, y'all. Let me know what you think. Take care.